Oh, absolutely. Welcome, everyone. It's an incredibly special day. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm joined by the incredible Shiro Ichigo. And today we're going to be casting the very exciting finals of a tournament game.
Yes, and we are commentating the Intercollegiate, the first Intercollegiate Riichi Mahjong Open. We are so excited. This is sponsored by YoStar, and I honestly just can't wait to see this. You know, I was part of my own college's Riichi Mahjong team when I was in school, and they're really...
The dream.
It was just really starting, right? Like, we weren't really out there yet. There was a couple of like really key players from Texas University in particular that were like really trying to start this up, but it didn't really get much traction. But now we have a whole team of dedicated college students and recent college graduates who are like dedicated to Riichi Mahjong and its growth in the college community. And we are here, 215 people, 79 or more universities, over at least 5 to 6 different countries. Like, this is an incredible turnout for this tournament.
And I'll just say, they've been studying a little bit more. What's going to happen to their studies while they've been playing mahjong all day and night? Just kidding. It's very, very cool to be able to support the collegiate college scene. I personally wish that I could have engaged in some aspect of Riichi Mahjong when I was in college. So it's very, very cool to hopefully, you know, put a spotlight on this and then build up a scene. And hopefully we can have some very exciting matches in the meantime. So I'm very much looking forward to the gameplay today. We have 4 players joining us for 2 Hanchan, so 2 South games today. Ichigo, do you want to run through the players that are going to be playing today with me?
Absolutely. So we're going to have Favorable, otherwise known as Eric or Fave, which we may or may not be referencing to both of their names throughout the stream. And they are from Western University. We have Daiming Khan from Rutgers University, New York, and if on his screen, he will be the name with a bunch of Chinese and Japanese characters. I cannot read kanji, I am sorry. We have Fairy Sweet.
Neither can I.
We have Fairy Sweet, otherwise known as Steven, from the University of California, Santa Cruz, UCSC. And then we have Cubic from the Singapore Management University. And all of these players have fought their way from the 215 initial starting players all the way to the top 8 semifinals, where they played a 2 Hanchan set. And the top 2 from each of the 2 Hanchans are here today. And they are having a 30% of their points carry over. So what are those points, Yusong?
Oh, absolutely. And I definitely have the point totals on the screen right now, and I'm not just viciously scrolling through my Discord DMs trying to find them. Ichigo, if you have the points, I mean, I obviously have the points, and you know, no one at YoStar is going to regret inviting me to do anything ever again. If you have those points, I would love to hear them. But it's also really, really interesting because I believe that if our intel is correct, those starting points are going to be reflected in the starting scores of the Hanchan. So it's very rare that we get to see a game that does not start with an even 25,000 or an even 30,000 total across, you know, all 4 seats.
So it is very interesting. And we have the Favorable is coming in at 3rd place right now, or 3rd place starting points, 12.96. We have Daiming Khan at 8.63 points. Steven, Fairy Sweet, coming in with the highest carryover point total at 23.03. And then Cubic coming in at 14.79. Yes. So what's really interesting is it's 30% point totals, and it's over their most recent 2 Hanchan.
I see. Honestly, they should do this with ranked in Mahjong Soul, except only when I'm winning. I think that would be a great thing. So in the lead right now, starting with a lead, is Fairy Sweet, aka Steven from UC Santa Cruz, and then going down the leads, it'll be Cubic, Favorable, and Diamond Con. So it'll be interesting. But like, you know, it's Mahjong, baby. Anything could happen. A lot of upsets could happen. And it'll be exciting to see if Fairy Sweet is able to keep this lead, or if someone else is gonna take the crown today.
Yes. Okay. Sorry, I am working on sound issues, since they're saying that they can't really hear you that well. So
they can't really hear you.
Well, no, they can hear you. They just want me to turn you up. So I'm going to turn you up all the way.
You know, that's so flattering, because my entire life I've never gotten the note to talk louder. I think I typically scream. I think my normal talking voice is incredibly obnoxiously loud. So this is. I mean, thank you to the chatters in Ichigo's community for saying that.
I'm really excited to show you that if you enter the tournament lobby on Mahjong Seoul, we are the
Yeah.
second one there. We are the hot
Oh.
tournament of the day. So
That's wild.
honestly, I am just so excited to be here. And I also just want to mention that this is not just being hosted on Mahjong Seoul, but it's also being sponsored by Mahjong Seoul. So what are these amazing prizes that they're gonna get, Yusong?
Oh my god. So obviously, we're in it for the love of the game. We're in for the love of the Riichi Mahjong. It's not about the prizes, but it is a little bit about the prizes, okay? So we'll start with fourth place. Fourth place is going to get a $50 US Amazon gift card, as well as some IRL Mahjong Soul merchandise. Third place is going to get a $75 US Amazon gift card with some Mahjong Soul merchandise. Second place is going to get $100 of a USD Amazon gift card with some Mahjong Soul merchandise. And the first place player, a $200 USD Amazon gift card. They're going to get some Mahjong Soul merchandise. And they're going to get a seated seat to the next Ryosen USA qualifier, which basically, like, without getting into the nitty-gritty, it's awesome if you want to, like, play Mahjong at a super competitive level and do like an IRL tournament thing, the IRL tournament circuit, both in the US and in Japan, just basically internationally. And whoever gets first place, their school is going to be featured on the Intercollegiate Mahjong Discord channel for a year. You get to gloat for a freaking year, okay? I never did anything to my university like that. So at least you also, on top of the very awesome like material rewards that you'll get shipped to you, you also get the emotional ability to just flex on them for an entire year.
Yeah, the flexing is so, like, they have their Intercollegiate Riichi Mahjong Association logo, but they even told me that this is a stopgap measure because they want the next president or the next winner to come and like take over that icon. It will just be their school icon. So it could be Western University, it could be the Singapore Management University, could be UC Santa Cruz, or it could be Rutgers. Like, we don't know.
Yeah. Do you think that for Cubic playing for the Singapore Management University, do you think they're playing this in like the middle of the night right now? Because that is certainly a debuff to, I don't know. I can't play Mahjong past 9 p.m. Look, that is getting a little dangerous for me.
So, I mean, it is currently, for me and Yusong, both on the west coast of the United States, it is 1:10 p.m.
Yes.
It is currently 4:11 a.m. in Singapore, so they are absolutely kind of playing all hours in the morning. Considering they also played the semifinals just a couple hours before this, they probably slept all day and are banging it out right now. I also want to elaborate a little bit on the prizes, since I have some questions in my comments, and I don't know if you have any questions in your chat. But Mahjong Stars is sponsoring an Amos numbers set to the first place and second place team, a actual IRL Mahjong tile set that you can play for your club meetings. It is the new US exclusive Mahjong tile set, and it is very pretty, very new. You can see an unboxing video on Yusong's channel if you want.
Yeah. No, this is so cool. Yeah, this is so cool. Please continue. I'm interrupting you as you're.
No, it's okay. Everyone. It's okay. This is a conversation. This is an exciting conversation. But also, what is Ryosen? I very luckily had the opportunity to compete for the US at Ryosen earlier this year in January, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. Basically, it's a set match tournament style, so you basically play two hanchans, top two people move on. So it's a single elimination game or double elimination game, and you just keep going on until the winner is completed. We have a USA qualifiers here where we send one person from the US to Japan every year for this, and there's usually like 4 or 5 qualifying rounds. So the winner of this tournament, if they so choose to take this seated seat, will start in round 2, which means they are bypassing 50% of the entrants already.
That is a wild advantage to get, and also, like, yeah, we should make note of this. Like, Ichigo's a great Mahjong player, okay? If you want to see someone that has some gaming acumen instead of someone that's uploading 6 fourth place finishes in a row on YouTube every single day, please check Ichigo's channel out. And yeah, if you're like serious about Mahjong, which I think a lot of these players are, number one, it's awesome to get a number set IRL because then you can actually form a club at your school. It's definitely a huge plus. You have the little numbers on the tiles as well, so it's easier to teach noobs. I say that affectionately. It's easier to teach new players to the game. Yeah, and it's really, really cool to be able to play in some like high level tournaments. I think it's really exciting to both be able to do this online and in real life whenever possible.
I think everyone is being very generous with the prizes, especially that YoStar is a online platform, right? And not are they giving just monetary prizes, they're giving in-game prizes, but they're also going to be mailing out tote bags and keychains, physical IRL Mahjong Soul merch for everyone who made top 8. So I do just want to congratulate everyone who made top 8 finals. We have and I think this might ruin my Discord image right now, but we do have someone from we have Cubic from Singapore Management University, Favorable from Western. We have Dai Ming Kun from Rutgers. We had Uwu from University of Illinois. We had someone from University of Waterloo. We had Frank Keeley from Northeastern University. We had someone from Berkeley University, or UC Berkeley here in California, and then obviously very sweet Steven from UC Santa Cruz. So we had a great semifinals as well.
Huge congrats to everyone who like finished the tournament. Again, like over 200 entrances or competitors is absolutely wild. And so if you manage to top 8 that, like, you're actually kind of goated. And it would be small of me to suggest that, oh, maybe the commentators could also grab some of that sweet YoStar. And that would be small of me. And that would be unprofessional and rude and not cool to do as we're about to commentate a tournament. So I won't. And I'll just keep the congratulations for all the competitors that are currently going at it.
So also, I don't actually know when. I think we're supposed to start at like 1:30. So I want to take this time to, like, if you have any people have questions in your chat, if I have any people in my questions in my chat, like, just if they have any questions about this, or like how they can be a part of it next year, or if they have friends who are in university and want to be a part of this next year, I will be posting the link to the Intercollegiate Riichi Mahjong Discord.
Yes.
And I think we'll both be sharing that on our socials later on.
Oh, absolutely. I have a question immediately. So, like, you are much more experienced in tournament gameplay than I am. And so, like, could you maybe talk about how this is not like your average ranked game that you're going to see on Mahjong Soul? I don't think that the play styles that we're going to see here are the same things that people would normally see in ranked. And I'll give that as a warning because, if you try to emulate some of this stuff, you have to keep in mind that it's in a different context, it's in a different setting. So I'm curious to see, like, what your thoughts are and how the gameplay might differ from a normal ranked match.
So I think the biggest difference between this kind of gameplay, this tournament gameplay, and a ranked match is actually this set format. And first of all, I want to say thank you. I am actually not that good of a tournament player. I just like to go to tournaments, see friends, and lose a lot of points. I love to feed.
Yes.
Spreading the love for all. But anyways, the set play gameplay is actually a very interesting mechanic because right now, even though they're all coming in with some amount of points, right, anywhere between 8 to 24, that's actually not a huge difference, right? 8 to 24 is maybe 16,000 points. That's one Baimon. And we all know when a game has red 5s, Baimons happen, right? They just do.
Baimons do happen.
Yakumons happen, Baimons happen, Hanemons happen, Urasan happen. So, like, honestly, in the first game, I think a lot of players are going to be a bit more aggressive, especially in the first East, where they're just going to try to accumulate points. And then it's really in the South round where we might see someone who is in 4th place or 3rd place really playing for placement more than raw points. Because sometimes if you realize, I'm in 4th place and it's going to take me 50,000 points to get into 1st, but I can overtake 3rd with only 3,000 points, they might do the unthinkable and just try and win a 3,900 point hand just to overtake. Because every single placement is worth 20 points of UMA.
Very
like,
true. Yeah, very
as
true.
as ranked players, we don't really think about UMA that much because it doesn't matter that much, right? Like, we just play our one game and done. But when all of these points are being calculated and then you have your conditions for the next game, which I will help calculate for everyone who is bad at math because that took a lot of practice.
Yes.
We can see like what the strategies are going forward in the second game.
No, definitely. And to keep this Mahjong community from devolving into abject chaos, look, you're gonna see some cons today, okay? I'm pretty sure people are gonna be really aggressive. You might see some cons. You might see some Riichi calls, single tile waiting for a 5 of circles. It does not mean that you should do this in a ranked game. Again, players are more likely to be a little bit more aggressive here in a tournament setting while they're trying to get points. As many points as possible, especially like Ichigo said in that first Hanshan. So yes, you'll probably see a difference in playstyle today.
It's also like all of these players are guaranteed to get some kind of prize. Like that is already guaranteed. So all they're playing for right now is how much of that prize that they are going to be keeping in their pockets. And so it really is an all or nothing. Like if they play, we might see a lot of super push heavy play because they've already made it to the highest stakes, right? Like, yes, first place is great, but also like they're already here. So they might try and get those big fancy hands. They might try and go for those hands that you might not think that they would try in a regular everyday game because they've made it, right? This is it. There's nothing to go further. They're not protecting themselves for trying to demote. Like if they're in fourth and they're trying to go Yakuman farming, then that's what they're gonna do.
I mean, I hope we see that today. I genuinely do. Earlier too, we mentioned like the professional circuit that we have both in the US as well as Japan, and like you recently became a Mahjong pro, and that's not just like something that I'm tossing around as like oh, you're good at Mahjong, but like I think a lot of people don't know you can take a test. You can literally take a test, and then you officially have the status of being a Mahjong pro. Can you tell us what that's like and how difficult the test was asking for a friend?
Asking for a friend, is that meaning Yusong wants to take the Mahjong professional test?
Look, I think it'd be cool,
coming
but I'm
out.
also
I can
scared.
help you here.
No, I mean I would appreciate it. I don't know if I could pass. That's the scary thing. So I'm trying to like, you know, see how difficult it is.
So there are two current Mahjong professional organizations within the US. So we have the Psycho Isen USA organization, which is a sub-branch of the Psycho Isen professional organization from Japan, headquartered in Los Angeles. And we also have the World Riichi Pro, which is headquartered out of New York City, in New York. And both organizations have benefits of being a professional Mahjong player, such as specific tournaments you can enter, rookie tournaments you can enter, pro-only leagues where you could play in person with a very high level, subset of players. And we are looking for more and more things to make becoming a professional worth it, since we don't quite have the player base in Tokyo that people in Japan have.
Yes, definitely.
However, that said, we are having a lot of luck getting professionals who are really interested in Mahjong, who've been playing for 10 plus years, 15 plus years, who have just now had the opportunity to join these professional leagues since they only just came to the US in the last 2 years. And I don't know when the next WRL Pro League is going to be having their test, but I do know we are going to have in Psycho Isen a Philadelphia test, our first East Coast test, sometime early next year. So that is something to look forward to.
That's awesome. If you're looking to grind, if you're looking to have a legit title and to get really, really good at Mahjong and playing some IRL events, and you're on the East Coast, maybe keep your eyes and ears open and join the appropriate community discords for that kind of stuff. Yeah, no, that's genuinely awesome. Like, I'm too scared to play in an IRL tournament because I'm scared that I'll just like crash out and get like 2 fourth places, and then that's like the whole. And then I have to go on stream the next week and be like, oh, how was it? Oh, it was so fun. I lost so hard. I lost unfathomably hard.
So one of my really good friends, who is also a professional player, his name is Jay,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna call him out here so hard. And he's a wonderful player. Like he's a really good
Yeah.
player. He's on my team for the Pacific Mahjong League teams tourney that we are doing right now. He came in total like new person to Mahjong, right?
Yeah.
Played PML Open, I think like 2021, and like somehow made like final table or like top 8 out of like over 70 people. And he was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, amazing. The next year, after he like grinded and like, you know, did the Naga study arc equivalent to Maka, right? And he was like learning
Yeah.
from everyone he could about Mahjong. He came in
Yeah.
dead last at 2022 PML Open.
No, I'm only laughing because I'm like, oh yeah, I see my future in that. Like I can see myself in that so very clearly.
It's just like that. It highlights that you can be so skilled at the game, and sometimes it is just gonna be luck, and some people will have outlucked you a little bit.
Yes,
And
definitely.
there are a lot of push-pull decisions in the game that sometimes it will just pay out, and you will get that big reward, and sometimes it's just not gonna happen, right? And
Yes. No, definitely.
like he did tell me afterwards that even though that hurt his soul that he got, you know, 72 out of 72 or something like that,
Yeah,
he
that's
felt
gonna
his
happen.
mahjong so much better. Like he felt his mahjong play get better afterwards from all the studying. So I do want to emphasize all of these players, and I think they're all very good players, and I'm so excited to watch this. We are also having to be conscious that I'm probably sure every player who signed up in these 215 initial entrants were great
Yeah.
players themselves, and
No,
some plays
absolutely.
that they decided just didn't get completed, right?
Yeah,
The easiest way to win
exactly.
at Mahjong is to win hands, but it's easier said than done.
No, definitely. I think like too, like, if you participate in a tournament and you don't do that well, you still learn a lot because I think it's definitely more rare to have even the opportunity to play in a tournament. And so, of course, you're gonna learn like, oh, I should have played a little bit more risky here, or I should have, or actually like here, I should have tried to protect my lead, even though this is not a ranked game. I still should have. Try to play a little bit more defensively. So yeah, whether like to anyone who has actually entered this, number one, like genuinely congrats. It's hard and like it's very vulnerable. And like I'm sure everyone, including our finalists, have learned and are going to learn a lot from this experience.
And we are about to get started. I think the game will start in like 5 minutes, and then we have to wait 5 more minutes before we can actually see
Right,
the
we can't.
gameplay. But I did
got
have
that
someone
magic
ask
delay.
me what are these specific rules or any unique rules.
Yes,
So
let's
I was
talk about
wondering,
that.
do you have that, Yusong?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So the game rules, a lot of these will be familiar if you've played Mahjong Soul at all, or if you played ranked at all. Some of them are slightly different though. So the thinking time is the same, 5 plus 20, which to me just do the 5. I am gonna spend the timer. I'm gonna burn the timer on absolutely anything. This is wild that this is included in the rule set, by the way. Emotes are enabled. Ichigo, what do you think about this? I think they went too far with this.
No, I love that. We absolutely need that. I love all the emotes.
I want some good clean mahjong, but I can't deny. I think we're probably going to see some psychological warfare today.
I feel like the more emotes one uses, as long as it doesn't interrupt gameplay, I think it will be great. I think I want to see the emote psychological warfare. Each Yui FBI, one of my favorite. Hinata feeling cute, sitting there with Suanko
I mean,
Tenpai.
that one's really good. I love the Kakagurui character with the cat ears. That one speaks to me. But also to everyone in chat, close your ears, okay? We don't emote. It's just my personal philosophy is emoting is a very irresponsible way to play Mahjong. And we'll see if our players do that today. the starting points are going to be a little bit different. We're starting from 30,000, and you're like, okay, well, how many points do we actually need to end in South 4? And that's just 30,000. So we're gonna see the games end at South 4. Unfortunately, I don't think it's even possible to go into the Forbidden West round, where if you lose in the West round, you lose in real life. So that's some differences that you might see between today and a ranked game. I also think that this is also interesting. Like, I think that, look, I don't want to speak this into existence because, again, I think it might give people a skewed vision of what's possible. The abortive draws are disabled. So if your hand has, like, 9 orphans, you can't just redeal. That's, I mean, I don't know. These are some, what kind of dark rules are these? Ichigo, what's your
Sorry,
threshold
I'm
for...
still working on like settings right now. There's so many
no, that's
things.
totally okay. No, I mean,
sorry, you asked me my threshold?
Your threshold for going for 13 orphans, because I think that we might see that a lot today. Like in a ranked game, I'll just say for ranked, how many orphans do you need to start with in order to full send it on the 13 orphans?
In a ranked game, I need at least 10.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh
I need
my
at least
goodness.
10.
Is everyone listening? Ichigo knows Mahjong, okay? So this is huge. I'm gonna be banging this drum for the rest of my life, okay? 10 orphans. You heard it here first. You must be this tall to ride this ride, and that height is 10 orphans in a trench coat all stacked up on each other. It's exactly what I'm talking about. That's the responsible Mahjong that we love to hear.
10? Some people say I'll go for it with 7, and I'm just like, 7 is like only half of your hand. You're better off going for Chi-Toi, another one of my personal least favorite Yakus, but it somehow finds me. I don't know how it does it.
Chat, you gotta close your ears, okay? Chi-Toi is great. Chi-Toi gives you a lot of flexibility. You can call Riichi. You can play a little bit cowardly too. Ooh, that feels great.
Cowardly.
Yeah, that's a huge plus. So anyway, yeah, there's no beyond that. The rule set should be pretty similar to what you see during a ranked game. Like, the local Yaku are disabled, right? We're not gonna see any freaky stuff today. We're gonna be seeing some classics. Okay, if no one gets Riichi Pinfu this entire time, I'm gonna eat my hat. And so yeah, I'm very excited to see how people adjust to this and how people play in this tournament setting.
I just want to point out that someone from my chat said, I want only 2 and I'll go for 13 orphans if I need it in points.
Okay, we got to get a wellness check on the person that is going for 13 orphans with 2 orphans. I mean, but you're a thrill seeker, and I can also respect that. I can genuinely respect that.
I can't even
also,
I'm just laughing. I can't even think about that right now.
I'll ask this: like, how are you going into today? How have your ranked games been going? How have your tournament games been going?
My ranked games have been going extremely poorly, I would like to say. I was so close to ranking up to Master 2 finally, and yeah. I took a string of 4th places, which has been very unfortunate. However,
but you also play a lot IRL, right? Like, IRL is your main squeeze.
Exactly, and so my bad luck in ranked Jade rooms have turned into very good luck for IRL play, since this year at the 2025, now it's 2025 Pacific Mahjong League Open, I took 3rd place out of 64 players, so I'm very excited for that result.
That's incredible. That's genuinely incredible. Do you remember any like memorable hands or moments from that tournament that you personally had or played against?
There was quite a few. Specifically, there was one in my last game where one of the players on my table unintentionally just bullied my Toyman for 2,600 points over and over again. So what happened was, this is the last round of Scramble. Okay, so how this works was, you had 8 rounds of Scramble, randomly playing a Hanchan with 3 other people, and then it would cut to 2 set games of semifinals and finals, very similar to this tournament format, in fact, that we're about to commentate.
Absolutely.
And in my final table, the person on my left would Riichi. I'm in a pretty good point situation, so I don't need to push anything, so I just immediately fold. Person on my right looks like they're folding, or at least trying to play it safe. Discards 2 tiles that are Genbutsu, or safe tiles against the Riichi tile, guaranteed safe. And then my Toyman plays something. Another round goes around, same thing happens. Third round.
Oh, hang on, Ichigo. I don't mean to interrupt, but I think we got the thing. Should we go in?
That's okay. We should go in. We're just stalling here, right? We should go in.
Wow. I mean, the one person is a novice ranked, but I know. Oh, it's okay. It's starting in 150 seconds.
Okay. All right.
Please finish. The person playing across from you is getting bullied for 2,600 points over and over.
So basically, the person across from me, like about 2 turns after the person on my left Riichis, will Riichi. And then the person on my right, who was not in Riichi, by the way, just bronze, 2,600, 240. And this happened 4 or 5 times in that one Hanchan. This happens consecutively. And it was just so funny because it happened on the Riichi tile, which means if this was Mahjong Seoul local rules, they would have gotten the extra Yaku of Tsubame Gaishi, which would have bumped it up to 5,200.
That is wild. That is absolutely wild. I mean, that's also like that's so tilting IRL too. I mean, it's one thing to be sitting at your computer, but it's another thing to experience someone else calling Ron you in real life. I also want to say, like, hey, you're telling me that these Mahjong tournaments have some rounds of scramble. Hope they also have some hash browns. Ah! Everything on my screen is broken. Okay. Okay, all right, that's okay. And it was worth it to do that joke that I think everybody enjoyed. And you definitely can't, if you listen closely, you can definitely not hear all the employees at Yostar being like, okay, this was a terrible mistake. So,
no, we're great. We're going to have a great time. We're going to be really good casters. I promise, Yostar. It'll be great.
Yostar, just wait until the game, okay? Wait until the game. So again, I just want to draw attention because the novice ranked player, they might not be novice in real life. In fact, I don't think that they are. I think that maybe they're just new to this client or playing on an alt account or something. But that is the Diamond Con player from Rutgers University, and so like yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do stacked up against some titans that are already established in Mahjong Seoul.
Yeah, favorable at Saint 1, Fairy Sweet at Saint 2, crazy. Like, I don't know, Saint just seems like such an unreachable goal in Mahjong Seoul for me. So just seeing a Saint 2 here is just like, wow.
No, I feel the exact same way. And they should stop coming back into the Jade Room into my game specifically. And I mean, again, just to remind everyone, Cubic is playing from Singapore, we think, and they're playing at like 5 a.m. and they played a few rounds earlier today as well. So like, you know that they're a little dazed right now. Let's see what happens. I'm loaded into the game. We're going in, folks. All right, again, this is the Intercollegiate Riichi Mahjong Open Finals. I'm joined by Shiro Ichigo. There's a lot to play for right now, and the emotes have already started. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So the door is the 4 of circles. Nothing super inspiring with this starting hand. What are your thoughts if you're sitting in a Fairy Sweet's position right now?
Honestly, I'm just getting ready to eat some more mooncakes, I think. But honestly, I wouldn't be super happy looking at this. I would have maybe started to consider a outside hand, but with not getting any extra pairs of wins, I might just see what happens. You know, I just know it's a slow hand, so I might want to keep an extra safe tile or 2 in case someone else decides to early Riichi, if someone else has that kind of hand.
No, absolutely. I think we might see I mean, no one has any Dora right now, so it's like, excuse me, Diamond Con just drew one across from us, and of course I opened my mouth, and I've somehow caster cursed myself. Cubic just picked up a Dora as well. This White Dragon is likely going to shake loose from Fairy Sweet's hand, and then Cubic has a great opportunity to just hit him with a White Dragon 1 Dora hand, and yeah, the pawn comes out.
I would like to ask you about that decision from Cubic right there, because right now they are at what we call a headless Ishan 10, so they don't have a pair, right? And they cut their only pair. They had that 2-2-3-4 shape. Would you be cutting that 2-2-3-4 shape? Do you think you would cut maybe the 6-8 Manzu Penchan or middleweight or the 5-7? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's an amazing question. I think if I were me, I would put some consideration on the 8 of characters, but again, I'm not sitting in a finals tournament setting. I like keeping the pair of that 2-2-3-4 shape just because you can still wait on the 2 of bamboo or the 5 of bamboo, but you can also just like, the pair will happen. You know, if they draw into a 2 or a 5 of circles, that also kind of works for their hands. So it's not like they're sacrificing a gargantuan amount of efficiency by doing that.
I absolutely agree. And I think, again, who are we to question these players' choices? We actually have Fairy Sweet here, our dealer, kind of getting closer to an Itsu, only missing the 6 and 8 of characters. So that's pretty exciting from where we started. But we also have Favorable on our left, who has a very nice hand shaping up, honestly. Maybe Ipeco, maybe getting rid of that 8-9 So Penchant, or maybe just drawing it. Like, a lot of things can happen for Favorable right now that will progress his hand.
No, absolutely. And like Fairy Sweet's hand is not shaping up to be terrible. I mean, the ending shape could be on the like a double pair weight on the 1 of circles and the 3 of bamboo. Wow. Okay, do you go for Itsu here? Like cuz oftentimes you get scolded by Maka in the post-game review when you go for the pure straight and you bend over backwards trying to get it. Would you go for the pure straight here?
Well, I think if I was playing, I absolutely go for the pure straight. Maybe now that I have God vision, right, and I can see everything, yes. I know that 2 of the 8 mons are in people's hands, and 1 has been discarded by Kami, by Favorable. So maybe not the best weight, 1 left in the wall, but I don't know. Maybe if he were to Riichi, he cutting this 5 mon would be a good Suji trap. Oh, there's the last 8 mon.
Yeah. So I mean. Swapping into that red 5 is nice. It's just, it's the tiniest bit awkward because we know all of them are a little bit visible right now. And not calling, I mean, I love this play, but again, because we have God Vision, like, what do you think about this, the Damaten decision?
You know, oh, that hurts. That hurts a lot. I was gonna say, as dealer, I think that wasn't, I would have Riichi'd right there, but honestly, they may have been waiting for a better weight. Who knows? But
maybe a better weight.
That red 5 pin was a painful deal in.
No, absolutely. Drawing into the red 5 after that, you're kind of getting the kiss of death, but not the biggest deal. And then we see the emote. Okay, that's a great emote. You know what? You got me back. Emotes are good. And it's interesting. I like the Damaten there just because the 8 of characters seems like a spicy tile. If you call Riichi, I'm not sure that the 8 of characters comes out. You do have a Suji trap with the 5 of characters, but yeah, pretty unlikely. And just going for that pure straight closed red 5 hand. A nice 300 in the dealer seat. This hand is really, really nice. What do you think about Kubic's hand in East 2?
I think this is a wonderful hand, especially with a pair of East from Pai. Like, having double East opportunity as dealer is just so strong because you can progress your hand really quite fast.
Yeah, just a great amount of luck. A seat win to prevalent win, Dora, red 5. This is shaping up to be roughly a dealer manga. This is 12,000 points. So we might, if Cubic can make this hand come together, we might see like the first big lead of the game. Favorable also though. Speaking of like some simple Yaku, some Yakuhai, they're not slacking either.
Right, and again, Kubrick did come in, I believe it was 2nd place from the incoming point total. So already increasing that original 12-point start to now 15.9, but we never know what will happen in the Hanchan. But Fairy Sweet has just so much Dora in their hand. Oh my god, and this progresses their hand even further. I think.
Oh my god.
Not quite Tenpai, but Ishan 10. A very, very nice Ishan 10. And Cubic, oh my gosh. Everyone's just progressing their hands.
Whereas the last round, it was hard to see the value. This round, it's very easy to see the value in everyone's hand. Fairy Sweet also has the opportunity here to go for just a Tanyao banger of a hand. Tanyao, Dora, red 5. We see the Chi come out from Cubic. What do you think about this? Because this means that this hand could end up just being a green dragon, red 5 Dora hand. That Eastwind might never find its third.
You know, I think this is actually a really good call. We are getting middle 2nd row. The person across from you has called 2 times, so you think they're probably in Tenpai at this point. And you are guaranteed at least 1 of the Yakuhais. So you at least have 3 Han no matter what happens. 4 Han if the East comes out, but now you know that Toyman is Tenpai, right?
Yeah, that's
so much
rough.
Is going on right now.
I think that if you are in this situation, I mean, I say this in ranked all the dang time, but when someone has 3 completed sets like this, when you see 3 completed things, it's safe to assume that they're in Tenpai. They upgrade their hand. Wow, they accept Furitan. Favorable accepts the double-sided Furitan. instead of the single tile wait on the 5. This is bananas. What do you think about that first decision?
It was really unfortunate. It was like an immediate backfire situation when they had the 4, 6, 8 double kanchan, and then when they got to tenpai, they just had to pick one, right? And they immediately have that free 10 condition, but there is still options for them to win on, especially the 5 mon, but not anymore, considering that Fairy
Not
Suite
anymore.
just took that Tanya Dora too.
I mean, this is great. You make up a lot of the deficit that you dealt in with on in East 1, and yeah, if you squint, we're basically right back to where we started from going into East 3. What a beautiful starting hand from Diamond Con. Like, this is the hand that I'm praying for. Yo, Star, if you're listening right now, some more of these, please. In my ranked games, like this would just be lovely. Riichi, Pinfu, Tanya, Red 5. I mean, the Tanya is not guaranteed, but it's there. It's so close.
It is so close.
And no one else's hand seems quite as strong, and so just being in the dealer seat and being able to slam the Riichi button early might just be enough here to bully other people into folding. We can find out. This is an interesting decision. I mean, you want to keep the double-sided weight. Do you ever throw the 2 of circles there just to try to guarantee the Tanya in your hand somehow, or make it more likely?
Oh. You know, I think I personally am someone who is working on my dislike of penchants. And so I think I would also do the same thing that Favorable did, just because I dislike penchants and I don't think I'll ever get them.
Yeah, no, that's very fair. And I obviously know what a penchant is, but for the people that hear that might not know what a penchant is, could you please explain?
Oh, of course. A penchant is what we call like an outside weight. So like if you have a 1-2 of a tile set, the 3 is like your weight. So you're waiting on one character from a outside set. And the other side of a penchant is the 9-8 of a tile set, and then you're waiting on that 7.
Yeah. Not a great shape. One of the weaker shapes that you could have in Riichi Mahjong, just because if you have an 8-9, you first have to draw a 6 to upgrade it, then you have to draw into a 5 to upgrade it. So it takes 2 tiles to get there, and Favorable just slams the Riichi button. I mean, I like this. Whoa, are we gonna see a chasing Riichi right now? It's wow!
The emote immediately comes out. This was very exciting all at once. We had a Riichi from Favorable, a dealer chase Riichi dealing into Ipatsu from the Pinfu.
Oh, the Ipatsu. Oh my god. Oh, they hit the Orador as well. Oh my. Mahjong is a game of darkness. I mean, this is a fine chasing Riichi. You have a double-sided weight. The 1 of circles is guaranteed safe for the player on our right. It's not unthinkable that the 1 of circles comes up from someone trying to play safe, and sometimes it just doesn't work out, you know?
But honestly, I think it was a great, again, risk reward here that you're calculating. Because in the first game, especially first Hanchan, when everyone has a second dealership, right? You are incentivized to push because you want these points.
Yeah,
and the dealer did have a good hand to Riichi.
No, definitely. Tanya chance as well. Speaking of penchant shapes, I mean, the Favorable cut the first 2 discards with that 1 and 2 of circles, just immediately getting rid of this bad shape. The 2 of circles was cheated upon by Fairy Suite, so we did. It's no longer cleanly spelled out for us in the discards. But yeah, this hand is okay. This hand is like just okay. I think that the best case scenario is a little Riichi Pinfu. The Dora is the 1 of bamboo. A little bit tricky to use the 1 of bamboo, but maybe it could still happen. Is there anyone else's hand that you're looking at this round?
I actually was looking at Cubic's hand, considering if they might be trying to go for that all character tiles like full flush, especially with that really ugly 6-8 middle weight that they have there. However, this completed 4-5-6 in the bamboo or the Sozu shape kind of throws a wrench in their plans, I would say.
Yeah, I think going for the flush with their first few discards, right? With the 8 of bamboo and the 2 of circles. I mean, or just, throwing out some shapes that they don't need. But it's really hard to tear away the red 5, especially when that sequence is just like straight up completed. So yeah, no longer going for the character suits. Let's see how this plays out for them. And this is kind of a tough decision because there is a 6-7-8 Sanshoku somewhere in this hand for Favorable.
There absolutely is, and I was gonna say that is my goal right now, that they draw the 8 of bamboo specifically, and then Riichi on the 8 of characters. And I want them to draw the 8 of bamboo specifically just because there's less of them in the wall right now.
Yeah, no, Sanshoku isn't that likely anymore, just because 2 of the 8 of bamboos have already been thrown. But if you draw into that any of the 2 remaining copies, you're gonna be so happy here. Riichi Pinfu Sanshoku for a 4-Han dealer seat position. Yeah, that's like a you have to. Sometimes when your hand is this good, you just have to slam, regardless of the situation. So, yeah, Cubic might just be getting really close to a Pinfu Tanya red 5 hand, though. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Riichi come out fairly soon.
Dai Minkan also just drew the 3rd 8, so there's only 1 left in the wall. Followed by Favorable getting that red 5 of characters, which I'm actually really glad they kept, because in the off chance they do end up drawing the 5 of bamboo, meaning they lose that Sanshoku, they can now reach you on the 8 of characters, keeping that extra Akadora.
This is a wild sequence of events, because like we Cubert got into Tempai for the 5 and the 8 of characters. Obviously we have God Vision, but like the Angels just handed Favorable a safe passage. I mean, Favorable doesn't know this, but like if they want to progress this hand, the 5 of characters or the 8 of characters is going to come out, and yeah, keeping the 4 of characters is one way to avoid that fate. But this is, I mean, we weren't even talking about Fairy Sweet Sand, but they managed to make their way into a half flush position.
It was very a decisive call, since they called right away for that 1, 2, 3 Pinzu shape, or that 1, 2, 3 of circle shape, before they even had that Yakuhai. So they knew they were going it from the very front. And I think this might be another half flush hand from Cubic, already having literally only Sozu and Honor Tiles in their hand from High
Yeah, what an amazing, I mean, that's welcome to the thumbnail right there. Cubic has a very easy way. And also, like, they have valuable Honor Tiles too. It's not just like random, you know, West Winds that do nothing for you. It's Sea Wind and Prevalent Wind, and it allows you to go for half flush. So getting to 4 Han is a lot easier than it seems. And us, if we're playing as Fairy Sweet right now, yes, I can respect the emote here. We're not even getting a chance to draw into our tiles this round.
I love it when it's just like, oh, pawn, oh, chi, my discard pile is empty, and yours is like on row 2.
Yes. Extremely tragic. Wow, getting your turn skipped that many times. This is a ridiculous hand. That's just a ridiculous hand.
Okay, I would now like to ask if the funny thing would be done. And the funny thing is, if they draw the 1 of bamboo, would they con it and hope for the 4 of bamboo?
You know, if they con the 1 of bamboo, like, that's undying respect. Wow. Okay, but this half flush hand might actually still lose. Oh, I can't watch. Oh my god!
I can't watch it, it's so painful. It's always the Epot's tile. You always draw into the Epot's tile after Riichi. It's devastating. But congratulations to Dai Minkan.
You have to push.
I was a Hanemon hand.
Yeah.
Reach
Oh my
Epot's
god.
Pinfu. I thought I saw a couple Dora in there too.
That was absolutely wild. I mean, but is Cubic ready to be hurt again? They could go for another half flush or a full flush in the character suit. A little bit less, like, speedy, less fast than the last hand. Like, no pair of the South Winds this time. Only a singleton of the East Wind. Yeah, okay, so not going for the half flush anymore. Wow, just an unbelievably painful deal, and an awesome hand by Dai Minkan. Like the Hanemon is definitely what you want in their shoes.
It's exactly what you say all the time, you song. Just be a humble Pinfu farmer, right?
Yes, exactly. I mean, these city folk with their half flush hands just slam the Riichi Pinfu. It's tradition. It's my father did it and my father's father did it. So this hand, although, like, do you ever consider the chi here? Like, you could go for the half flush or the full flush.
I think I do go for the full flush. I think so, as we discussed on a previous conversation that we had some point, but I think there's a threshold where I would go for a full flush, and my threshold right here is 4 shapes. If I can make 4 shapes out of a single suit, I would do it. Now this is really hard, because now
this is really hard.
Cubic decided to not take Tempai, because they could have actually taken Tempai by discarding the 6 of characters and waiting for the 4 of characters for Itsu only. and just
Yeah.
accepting that if they draw a 7, they cannot win on it, right? But they said,
Yeah.
I just dealt into the first big hand of the game. This is unacceptable. And I'm dealer. This is my time to shine, right?
Yeah, no, I could totally, I totally hear that. Yeah, they could have accepted the tempai, try to just stay in the dealer seat with a one-han hand, pure straight only. I like the greed here. The 7 of characters in Fairy Sweet's hand might come out, and then calling Chi there with the 8-9 of characters actually advances your hand in a nice way. I would not be surprised to see the Chi come out here.
Absolutely. And you would think Fairy Sweet might be considering the full flush, but with the red 5 and Dora 6-pin, that's super awkward. So I think he's just going to go for like whatever tempai that he can get first. And we are finally, I think, very close to a tempai for Daiminkan. I think we are just Ishan 10. So one away.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my gosh,
Waiting-
and that
waiting
is
for
the
the
tempai
tiles.
for Cubic for
This
7
is
of
full
characters.
flush. This is not half flush, folks. This is not a drill. This is 5 Han in the dealer seat. So 12K to whoever is going to deal into this. And there are a lot of spicy tiles in Diamond Khan's hand. Fairy Sweet, I think this is maybe Tenpai. Yeah. Oh man, at a million tile weight in the bamboo suit too. Oh my god.
This is so scary. And also, I want to point out that if Cubic gets the 4 of characters, this will also be Itsu, which means 18,000 points.
Oh my god. Diamond Khan also just got into Tenpai. This is
No. That's the big one. This is 18,000 points right here. Oh my god.
Emotes on, audio up, turn this up. You are about to witness a legendary string of emotes. Fairy Sweet has been emoting all game. You know something's about to happen.
This is the crazy hit. I was just like thinking, how crazy would it be if he just lost to a half, he just lost his flush just to get back a full flush.
I mean, that's ridiculous. Like, I don't even know how many tiles Fairy Sweet was waiting on, but it was at least 4 individual tiles and more than that. And so, like, you obviously slammed that Riichi. You had so much value in your hand as well. Like, Red 5 Dora, I think they also had some other, like Yaku as well. And you slammed there 100% only to deal in immediately on the first tile that you draw after that. Oh my goodness. Oh
it
my
was
goodness.
a 4-tile tempai. I believe it was 1-so, 3-so, 6-so, and there was another one. But it was at least Riichi Pinfu Dora 2. So, or maybe Pinfu Dora 2, I would say. It could have been Pinfu. 1, 3,
I mean,
4,
those hands
6,
hurt.
7 was the wait.
Wow. I mean, yeah, like you know, you call Riichi with a great weight like that and you still don't get it. That's a tilter for sure. But I also think that, you know, the mental game is also very, very important. Like, to not get, I mean, I could take some of my own advice right now, but to not get tilted off the face of the planet, I think is a good call. Is there anyone's hand that you're looking at this round? I mean, no one's standing out.
Every single person's hand I'm looking at. Everyone has a great hand right now. I think Daiminkan, Ishan 10, really nice hand, just upgraded his Ishan 10. You know, Fairy Sweet, really nice shapes, potential, could potentially maybe go for Ipeka with that 3 of characters, or sorry, 3 of circles.
Absolutely. Yes.
Also, even
and then
favorable
Cupid's
could
hand
be.
is not bad.
Yeah, Cupid's hand is not bad. Favorable could actually is doing what I'm about to say is upgrading to Tanyao by cutting that 2-1-so. So now almost there. Oh wow, there was a Riichi and another Ipats.
I don't, like, if you're looking at Fairy Sweet right now and you're saying, like, how could this be? Well, Diamond Khan called Riichi with a 5 of bamboo. It is impossible for them to be waiting with a 6 and a 7 of bamboo, but you can't always trust that. Suji is a false idol, okay? Like that is, that's a tilter. The coffee's going on the laptop, and I don't blame him. That's so, would you have pushed the 8 of bamboo there? How much do you believe in Suji?
Oh my god, I think honestly, Fairy Sweet's hands was coming along very nicely, and I feel like I personally maybe would not have pushed the Riichi tile Suji first turn to give the Ipats, maybe an illusion of safety. But I think if I made it into Tenpai or somewhere close, I would have 100% pushed.
Yeah. Speaking of the penchant shape, again, getting rid of it whenever you have a 1-2 or an 8-9, it's again pretty stinky as a weight. All right, 4 pairs as well. We might see our first 7 pairs hand. of the night, of the afternoon, of the midday, whenever you're watching this. I mean, I
Early
can't believe
morning.
how many huge, yeah, early morning for Cubic in Singapore. I can't believe the frequency of just huge hands and chasing Riichis that we've seen. I mean, yeah. What do you think about that? Do you think that's just because it's a mixture of luck and aggression, or do you attribute it to something else?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think, as I said
Yeah.
before, everyone is trying to get points in this first game, but also there really isn't anything to lose after this, right? This is the finals, so everyone at this table is going to get a prize. So I think they're just trying to get whatever they can, and there's obviously still one more game after this, right? Very
Yes,
sweet,
definitely.
just drawing the red 5 of characters to fill in that double middle weight. I don't know how to say it in English.
Yeah.
That round con weight, which is when you have a 4-6-8 shape. Also with an Onko of East, or a triplet of East in their hand. It's very unfortunate that they are not in the East Wind right now, nor is it the East Wind, but it's always nice to just have a triplet of something in your hand.
Yeah, but suddenly someone's kicked down the door, Cubic, with pawn of 3 Dora tiles. And you know what? They're gonna figure out the rest of their hand later. But I like the aggression here. They have guaranteed Tanyao when they just draw into the 2 of bamboo, and they're 1 tile away from Tenpai. Their hand's looking great. A little Tanyao 3 Dora situation. Diamond Gun here, it's a little bit awkward. Like we just can't seem to draw into the actual is so
That's very
painful.
painful.
But like we can't seem to draw into the tiles that we need in order to try to keep this dealer seat going.
I know. There is like a possible maybe 3, 4, 5 Sanchoku, but that would be really awkward also because you'll be cutting off your pair. Like, I think it's very unfortunate. They also just cut the 3 mons, so that 7 pairs decision is a little bit of a backfire.
No, this is nothing's quite going right now, but I don't think that they're playing poorly. I just think that sometimes you're just gonna get some awkward draws. Fairy Sweet was able to upgrade their hand though, and is now just 1 tile away from Tenpai. They have Tenpai here. I wonder if they're gonna slam. It's not a very good Tenpai. It's Riichi red 5, single tile wait for the 7 of circles. What are you thinking here? Because you are in last place, so maybe you just have to go for some frisky stuff like this.
I don't think Fairy Sweets. I think Fairy Sweets still won away actually.
Oh my god, I think you're right. Yeah.
I think the shape was just a little bit different.
Yeah.
But even then,
Yo,
like,
Star, don't
I
listen.
think you have to. I think you have to reach it once you get into Tenpai, even if there's no draws left. I feel like as long as you Riichi, you can maybe get someone else off of Tenpai and to give you Tenpai payments.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think them discarding the 4 of circles might just be like, okay, well maybe I'll just like try to like mosey my way into Tenpai somehow before the end of the round, not to pay an exhaustive draw. Or they're thinking, you know what, this isn't my Hanshan. Next Hanshan I'm going like all in, and we're gonna see what happens then. Cubic finally stumbles their way into Tenpai though, and so like this is a very dangerous position for everyone else at the table.
Same thing for Daiminkan, but decides to take a no Yaku Tenpai, considering there's only 2 more draws per person at the table right now, and was like, I just need to keep my dealership. Fairy Sweet also deciding, like, I'm probably not going to get there at this point, and I am going to just start folding with my Easts. Like, it's not worth dealing into a bigger hand.
Absolutely. Favorable has a difficult choice to make. I mean, this is... Oh, they managed to avoid the dealing tile. Yeah, that's awesome. Like, they're still in a really solid position point-wise, and they have another dealer seat coming up, so they don't need to stick their neck out here. Oh, too much. The last time!
This is Haite. This is Under the River. I cannot believe this. This is such an exciting game in terms of Yaku
Welcome to the
distribution.
thumbnail again. That's wild. That is wild. Because I mean, it's a really hard decision to make because you really want to keep the dealer seat. It's the last tile. You want to stay in Tenpai to keep your dealer seat going. Oh,
I also think they might not have even sensed the danger since, you know, Cubic, you know, they did pawn the Dora, but they weren't doing much afterwards. It looked like they might have been struggling to get, like they were Ishan 10 struggling to get to Tenpai. But also in terms of Daiminkan, they discarded the 5 of characters only 3 turns before.
Yes.
It was extremely deceptive.
Yeah. Oh, I thought we were going to see something freaky. I genuinely thought, based on Cubic's first discard, that we were about to see a 13 Orphans attempt. But the chi with the 79, that is a wild chi to me. Because the rest of the hand is just random stuff that you'll find in your aunt's attic. Like, the rest of the hand is not particularly inspiring. What do you think of that? What do you think of that open?
Things that you would find in your parents' attic. Honestly, I can't disagree with that. This is a hodgepodge of things for sure. At least in Cubic's defense, I think he does have quite a few edge tiles and edge shapes where he can easily kind of fill out a Chanta position. It would be awkward if he starts drawing a bunch of middle tiles, but he's drawing exactly what he needs, especially with that one of characters right here.
You know, and I can understand the haste.
Junchan Sanshoku, full outside mixed triple sequence with the 1-2-3. Actually, it's possible. I think.
So not even like it could be a very valuable hand when it's all said and done. I also think that like I can understand why they want to play especially fast right now, because if you get to end this hand, like if you get to win this hand, you get to end the first Hanshan in first place. And so I can understand, like, okay, well, my hand is literally never going to get there if I play super slow. If I'm like, oh, I try to keep this half outside hand closed or full outside hand closed, it's never going to happen. You kind of need the discards of the player on your left to help you along the way. So I can understand why they would want to play a little bit faster.
Absolutely. And as you said, like this hand, at least when opening it, it's like this hand will never get there by itself. Or even if it eventually does get there by itself, you're banking on the fact that it's other players' hands are also very slow, which is a very scary risk to take.
Yeah.
I also really like the way... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
I also really like the way Cubic is actually holding this south. First of all, he doesn't see any on the table, so he's like, maybe I can draw another one. But also he's keeping it because he knows it's the south round. Fairy Sweet's also double south, and that is the value high tile. So if he can avoid throwing it until the very last minute, unfortunately, if someone reaches, then it's too late. But you have to balance that time very carefully. Like maybe right now.
No. Yeah, definitely. Oh, it might actually come out right now. You got to pair the green dragons. Suddenly the half outside hand looks a lot more desirable, but in favorable position. Favorable with a very favorable position, okay? Oh, we did it. It was on my mind for a while. I was trying to avoid it, but we finally got there. I mean, this is exactly the hand that you want. Sure, it is only prevalent when one Dora, but you get to stay in the dealer seat, and this is the only way you're going to dig yourself out of this hole, which is like trying to, not a terrible hole, but trying to get into first place instead of the second that you have.
Very sweet. Riichi's with 1-2 so left in the wall. 2 of them are in Daiminkan's hand. Cubic has an interesting and hard decision to make. This is Tempai for him, with outside Chanta Green Dragon waiting on the 7 of characters. Decides he's gonna play it safe and folds out, despite waiting for the Dora tile. And once again, immediately after Riichi, you're dealing in, and this is going to be that one of circles.
Very sweet. We apologize. I don't, I can't prove that we are the cause of this. I just know that I feel bad right now. I just know that it's grim. Oh, no. Oh, this is actually a really important thing. Do you know in the rule set if going below 0 is on, and if you can like still call Riichi, can you call Riichi with debt? Like,
yes,
because in a normal rank, okay, you can call Riichi with debt. Great. Okay, so Fairy Sweet might still be able to throw some Hail Mary stuff, but I mean, if I were favorable right now, I'd be so happy with the starting hand. Like you have Riichi. Oh my God, it's Riichi Pinfu time. You have Riichi Pinfu. You might be able to win. Yeah.
It's Riichi Pinfu. If they get, and hear me out, if they get another 7 pin, never mind. It could be Riichi Pinfu 3-4-5 Sanshoku, but honestly, maybe not anymore. It's kind of awkward.
I mean, this is kind of good though. Like,
they
can't really guarantee Tanya. Yeah. No, the 3-4-5 Sanshoku still definitely exists. It's a little bit awkward. I feel like in this situation though, if I draw into Tenpai, I'm just slamming as fast as possible to try to win this round. What do you think about that?
I agree. I need to win this round because I am so close to first place right now. And again, just being one placement above your competitors is worth 20,000 in-game points. That's what UMA is, right? The placement bonus, I say. So like Cubic right now, right? We started at 25,000 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
So the raw
Or I think
points
we
he
started
had.
at 30,
Oh,
maybe? I'm not sure.
I think they're. Oh my god. So if we
Yeah.
start at 30,000, he will have gained 14,000 or 14.9 points, right? But with the
Yeah.
placement bonus of getting first place, he would have actually getting 34.9 points,
Yeah.
which is
So a
huge,
huge
huge,
difference.
huge
Yeah.
swing.
I mean, I
Oh,
think we're about to. I think Fairy Sweet is trying to make some magic happen, but weirdly discarding the Westwoods. I thought maybe there was like an all triplets Red Dragon 3-door hand there. What do you make of that Westwind discard? Because I feel like it's not terrible to keep in this situation.
I actually thought it was a little bit. I would have loved to actually wait on the West Wind because it's
Right.
once cut. It's like the perfect safe tile someone would just discard without thinking about, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and now waiting on just that 6 of characters. Amazingly, 4 in the wall still.
Yes. Yes.
But you
It's
just don't
very
know.
likely.
2-5.
Yeah.
So wait for favorable.
Yeah, not a terrible wait, and then Diamond Con drawing into some unfortunate tiles immediately after with that red 5. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Cubic is able to defuse this bomb and to take the first Hanshan of the finals. Holy!
Holy, that's incredible. Wow.
I mean, huge hands this entire game. Like actual, just like huge hands for the whole thing.
We were saying it got off to kind of a slow start. You know, we had a 3,900 point hand. Then we had like
Yeah.
another, no one really wrenchoned or what we call like repeated their dealership because it was
Yes.
just such a fast game. But
Yeah.
every hand was like bomb after bomb. We had that half flush snipe. We had a under the river last tile draw. We had a full flush Itsu with a pure straight. I can't believe it.
And just like the amount of like Ipatsu hands that were had is truly just like that's vicious, you know? It's like because one person's like one person's I don't know genuinely risking something in that moment, and there were never any moments where we thought like, whoa, what is the player doing? Like, whoa, they're playing like wildly aggressively. No, these are all like pretty reasonable risks to take, and unfortunately like everyone has had some good luck in this game. I know Fairy Sweet is the one ending on the bottom here, but I don't think that they're like out of it for the second Hanshot. I think that they played like fine. I think they played great.
Absolutely not. And I'm going to do some math and do some calculations so I can figure out what Fairy Sweet's condition actually is to win. Because if we remember, Fairy Sweet actually started with the highest number of bonus points or like starting points
That's
carrying
true.
over from their
Yes.
semifinals. So it's not over till it's over, right?
It's not over till it's over. We were saying that maybe in the second Hanshan, people would start playing a little bit closer to the chest, trying to keep their leads as large as possible. But now with that, Fairy Sweet coming in here in the lead in terms of all their previous matches in this tournament, they might have to start throwing. They might start having to play more aggressive. Maybe even emote way more often than they were emoting in that first Hanshan as well.
I think they were one of the only ones who was emoting.
I know.
A lot of mooncakes, which I love the mooncake. I think it's a great emote.
It's a great emote. When it's mooncake season, you gotta throw out the Mid-Autumn Festival emote. Are you kidding me?
Oh, absolutely.
Um,
What's your favorite mooncake, by the way?
my favorite mooncake, I mean, like, look, I think that the more egg yolks that you have, the better. I think that gluttony is a sin, but not when it comes to mooncakes. You serve me up a mooncake with 3 egg yolks, having the best day of my life. How about you?
What about 4 egg yolks? Have you ever had one of those?
I'm gonna be real with you. I think is the price kind of like increases exponentially. So I'm like,
Exponentially per
okay,
egg
I'll
yolk.
accept yeah, it's like the more egg yolks you'll get, the more expensive it becomes. So I settle at like a 3 egg yolk. And even those I feel like are some of the more bougie egg yolks that you can get. The
Oh,
mooncakes that you can get.
absolutely. That's so funny you say that. I actually love the red bean ones. I'm a big
Ah.
sweet red bean fan. I want all of the red bean you can give to me.
Yes, absolutely. So if you're just joining us right now, we're halfway done with the Intercollegiate Riichi Mahjong Open Finals. We're joined, of course, by Shiro Ichigo. the 4 players at the top just played their first Hanshan, and we're gonna take a like they're in a short break right now, but they're coming back with the second and last Hanshan of the entire thing. Ichigo is being very, very kind right now and sacrificing herself to do some math as to see what Fairy Sweet's win condition is after getting kind of shellacked in that first Hanshan, only ending with 300 points. But honestly, you show me anyone in anyone's chat that's like, oh, that's never happened to me, and I'll show you a liar. That's, of course, it's happened to all of us in Mahjong. It's Mahjong after all. That was absolutely a wild game.
Absolutely. I also want to mention that like I don't think Fairy Sweet played badly at all. I think he was going for
No.
the hands that he was given, and we had just some people who were just got hands, right? Faster. There was nothing
Yep.
crazy in the like there's no double Riichis. There was no like double Riichi Haite. There's no Yagumans, but everyone had like solid Riichi foundations, cutting the bad shapes early, you know,
Yes.
trying to see the Sanshoku, seeing the Itsus when they were happening. And so he didn't get outplayed, he got outwalled. The wall was not as nice to him.
Look, sometimes it's just the person with the better gamer chair is gonna win. Okay, that's all that you can really do. And to what Ichigo was saying, yeah, like I learned a lot from that game. I mean, it's something that I'm trying to adapt into my own play as well. But you got to know when to just cut the penchant shape from your hand. If you have a 1, 2, or an 8, 9 in your starting hand, yes, it is a shape. Don't get me wrong. Like it is a shape that's one tile away from being completed, but it is a rough shape to have in your hand. So knowing when to keep that and knowing when to throw that is definitely something that I want to work on in my own personal play. And it was cool to see these high level players like um uh make that decision in real time. It was very inspiring for me to be like, oh yeah, I want to try that. R.I.P. to my next few YouTube uploads, but like I definitely want to try that a little bit more.
Are you anywhere close to demoting from master or no, not quite?
Luckily, no. But I also I think there's been some whispers that I'm hard stuck master 2, and I can't refute that. I genuinely can't refute that. People, I was born in master 2. I fear that I'm gonna spend the rest of my life in master 2.
It's okay. I can't even get to master 2. So,
I
anyways,
mean,
I would
you
like
see this. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
please.
I have just calculated and got all of the scores, right? So we
Hmm.
have Fairy Sweet, aka Steven, with a negative 36.67 points. We have
Okay.
Cuber Cubic at 62.99 points. We have
Sheesh.
Favorable at or Eric at 31.76 points. And then we have Daiming Khan at a very humble 1.33 points. So let's talk about win conditions right now.
Yeah, please.
Again, everyone's playing for something because everyone here's going to get prizes. So everyone is incentivized to at least try and go for the next higher placement, right? So
Yes.
ideally for Fairy Sweet and Daiming Khan, they're only about 37 points away. So that means if Fairy Sweet is just 2 placements above Daiming Khan, they overtake 3rd place. Done. If they
That's
yeah.
Yeah,
If
that's wild. Can you repeat that for me? Because I was trying to I was trying to put an image on the screen for the top 4 contenders just so that people can know who we're talking about. Can you please repeat that? I'm sorry, Ichigo.
absolutely.
Uh,
I was saying so Fairy Sweet and Daiming Khan are only separated by 37 points right now. So if Fairy
mhm.
Sweet just is like if Fairy Sweet's 2nd and Daiming Khan is 4th, Fairy Sweet overtakes Daiming Khan for 3rd. If
Okay.
Fairy Sweet and Favorable are about 68.43 points away, which
Uh-huh.
means 3 placements and 8 points. So if Fairy Sweet is 1st and Favorable is 4th place, and Fairy Sweet is at least 8,000 points ahead of Daiming Khan, or of
Mhm.
Favorable, they would overtake for 2nd place, actually.
Mm,
Yes.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like again, I feel like playing in a tournament setting is like genuinely really hard. You need a totally different skill set, and you need to know exactly like what how much you need to risk and what for. Because going for some arbitrary point totals, like oh, I need like that's just not going to cut it. Like sure, in ranked you can win by however much that you win by, and then the game is going to be done. But now like having to win by a very specific point total, it does change the like the temperature of the entire of the way that you play. I think that the way you're going to be calculating should I push or should I fold this hand, like yeah, it's very different in a tournament setting.
Absolutely. And I also now want to announce the winners of the team tournament portion of this competition. So obviously these top 4 individual players are playing individually to represent their university, right? But there is also a team portion to this tournament where universities with 4 or more players would have the opportunity to compete and get a IRL in-person Mahjong set sponsored by
Ichigo, you gotta go
Stars.
so fast. We're starting the game in like 70 seconds. You gotta go so fast.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm so sorry. So the Amos numbers sets are going to University of Waterloo with their top 4 players getting a combined score of 593 points. And then the University of Texas at Dallas, so UT Dallas, 522 points, just narrowly beating out RIT, Rochester Institute of Technology, for 520.7 points, a 1.3 difference in points between UT Dallas and RIT. Congratulations to both of the universities.
I hope that you could take those number sets and use them for an IRL club, make some friends, play some good Riichi Mahjong, and just honestly like have a good time. At the end of the day, I know this is a little cheesy, but so long as we're all having fun and making friends and being nice, that's the best part about the game that we can all share. So we got the second Hanshan starting in 15 seconds. I mean, if I'm very sweet, I just went outside and I tried to take in some fresh air. I just tried to shake that off. The last game, you know?
Oh my god, I don't know. It just like repeated the game for me. I was like, I thought it already logged me back in. Okay, that was crazy.
I mean, let's see if it happens to me. But right now, I'm sorting out the table. We're in East 1. Cubic is, as they say, a little disconnected. I wonder if that's the... Okay, they're back. Thank goodness. I do believe that was some sportsmanship from Fairy Sweet, not discarding until they came back. Honestly, huge, especially after the tilter that was the first Hanshan.
Oh, I just got kicked out of the game. 1 second.
Oh my god, Ichigo is getting too close to the truth. All right, I'll keep you updated on what's happening, but yeah, hopefully you can get back into the game soon. Very sweet, kind of a decent hand. Maybe a 1-2-3 mixed triple sequence brewing, but the real kicker is that they have a pair of the Dora, and they're in the dealer seat. So if they can make this hand like come together, it's very awkward, don't get me wrong, but if they can make this hand come together, they'll be so happy with starting the game in this position. Diamond Con to our right, I don't think they're going for a half flush hand, but they do have a pair of the white dragons and a ton of character tiles. So if that's what they continue to draw over and over, then I can definitely see them going for that. Ichigo, how's it looking on your end?
I just got kicked out twice.
Ichigo, I mean, I think that, you know, I think that they probably didn't want you to say that emoting was good, actually. Oh, just kidding. That's my personal bias and opinion.
Okay, I'm
That's
sorry.
entirely my personal.
We're back in, and I am now seeing this potential Sanshoku, this potential Itsu, this potential Dora 2. Like, Very Sweet has so many options available to them right now. Wow.
Potential is the word that I would use to describe this hand. I mean, they don't even have to go for the Sanshoku anymore. What I liked about their decision making was that 4 of characters cut, because they had a 1-2-4. You know, if you want to win any hand, you keep that 2-4 shape because you draw into a 5 and then you're so happy to see that. But they're locking in the 1-2-3 Sanshoku, or at least they were a moment ago, and I appreciate the decisiveness. What would you have done in that situation?
I'm just focusing right now on Daiminkan's hand. I think this is Tenpai waiting on 2-5 no baton, which means you're waiting on a single tile wait, your pair wait. Oh my god, but they are deciding to go for the 7-9 wait. What a incredible decisions right here. That was a incredible choice.
super interesting. Getting to wait on the terminal tile, getting to wait on that 9 is advantageous. They're sacrificing efficiency to do that. Let's see if it pays off for them, because again, if they had waited for the Nobaton shape like Ichigo just mentioned, 3 copies of the 2 of characters, 3 copies of the 5 of characters. But now accepting instead of 6 total tiles, only 5 total tiles. One of them was even drawn up by Cubic, so less and less tiles. But let's see if that 9 of characters ends up coming out.
I actually think it's really interesting because they might be thinking, I have a block of this 8 of characters, right?
Yeah.
So if someone draws this 9 of characters, it's just never, like, it will never progress their hand. So if they are going to fight, they have to drop the 9. And the fact that Daiminkan also dropped the 6 of characters after Riichi is super, like, it just makes the 9 of characters look so safe, which favorable does indeed deal into.
I mean, I'm tilted on behalf of favorable. That's like, I mean, they cut a 6 of characters. It shows that they're not waiting with a 7 and 8, and it doesn't even matter. And it doesn't even matter. The justice, the justice. They deal into a medium.
It's actually, I feel like, more injustice for for Fairy Sweet, who was trying to win that Dealer Dora 2 hand, but that unfortunately did get sacrificed.
Yeah, unfortunately,
to
just not fast
great.
enough. I mean, Cubic's hand is impossible to ignore. 3 Dora, just drawing a closed triplet. They even have, oh my goodness, like they could go for an all triplets hand and it's not a meme. Like usually all triplets, you're bending over backwards for a bad hand, but they have so many pairs that all triplets is no joke. What do you think about this hand?
I'm not thinking about all triplets. I'm thinking about the glory. Excuse me? Are you not thinking about the glory here? You have an Anko of Dora.
Yes.
And you have 4 pairs.
Yeah. Do you think, are you talking about going for 4 concealed triplets?
I was. Also, I would be very happy with 3 concealed triplets as well.
Yes.
Oh, but here we are.
3 concealed.
Daiminkan Ishan 10, double East potential. It could shut Cubic down. Tenpai, 2 5 of characters.
Oh my god. Oh my god. A great wait as well. Like, getting to wait on the 2 and the 5 of circles is just awesome here. Cubic keeping that north wind just as a safe tile for later. I can absolutely respect that. They've kind of locked themselves in for going for that all triplets hand.
Cubic just narrowly missing the Tenpai by like 2 tiles on that 2 of circles, and also just narrowly missing the discard on the 4 of circles. Right? So close to that 2-5.
I mean, very sweet. They are playing very boldly right now because, like, I don't think they're aware of the danger that they're in. I mean, we're only allowed to know because we have God vision, so it's, you know, we're cheating with the power of omniscience. But yeah, just going for a white dragon only hand in the middle of a minefield right now.
Well, and there is that decision-making process. Oh, there's Tenpai, 5-7 of bamboo. But there is that decision where Fairy Sweet is so far in 4th place compared to everyone else. If they want even a shot at getting 1st place, they have to win literally every single hand.
Yeah.
Or a very large percentage of them.
You got to be huge, taking huge swings. Cubic though, I mean, as powerful as this hand is, we kind of see that all the 5 of bamboos are stuck in people's hands, and I don't think that they're going to come out. Like the 3 of bamboos maybe, but the 5 of bamboos, I think they're lodged in there. There's only 1 copy of the 7 of bamboo left in the entire game. It's in the wall somewhere. We don't know if it's in the dead wall. And so any Cubic fans, you got to be praying that 7 of bamboo shows itself.
Slight backfire for Fairy Sweet, discarding 3 of the red dragons in a row.
Yeah.
But does find Tenpai with that last discard, also waiting on the 2 and 5 of circles.
Yeah, I mean, they could just...
There it is! There it is! No! Fairy Sweet, no!
No!
Why?
Murph, don't let me go. Oh my, I mean, this is
no justice in this world.
This is gross. Oh, the Hanemon, and the emote explosion that's gonna happen right now. You gotta brace yourself, folks. You gotta brace yourself.
Cubic,
oh.
toy, or all triplets, 3 Dora, red Dora, 6 Han, 12,000
The Hanemon
points.
out of nowhere. just ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous. And now, I mean, it is a sizable lead. Roughly, 6,000 or 5,600 to be a little bit more precise over Diamond Con. I don't know if this lead is enough to rest your laurels on. Like, what are you thinking right now if you're Cubic? Like, do you value the defense a little bit more in this position?
I think Cubic is in a really strong position right now because he just, well, the rich get richer, right? And he just got a fantastic hand. He's very safe right now. And his direct competitor, which is Favorable, is currently in 3rd place. So as long as Favorable doesn't move up to 2nd place, I think Cubic could afford to not be as pushy with this hand.
Yeah, definitely. A spicy chi, by the way. Like, you don't have a guaranteed Yaku yet. You don't have a valid hand. You're just kind of banking on the fact that that green dragon is going to come out later. And again, cutting the weak 8-9 shape from their hand, I don't hate this because ultimately what they have is a green dragon 2 Dora hand, and so that's like pretty nice, all things considered. Yeah. What do you think about that chi? Not having a guaranteed Yaku, but still going for it anyway.
Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of calling into a no Yaku hand, also known as Otozuke. But I think in this situation, Daimingkan needs to be keep his position above Favorable to overtake for 2nd place. And he has 2 Dora to do it. So I think this is an okay decision.
Yeah, I think that what they were going for, a very awkward draw there, right? I think that what they're going for is just trying to keep that pair of the 4 of circles, but now they draw into a 2-3-4, and so having to keep this 4-6 shape, not probably their favorite thing that they've ever done, but getting into Tenpai regardless, certainly doesn't feel bad right now.
And there is the Tenpai for Cubic decides not to Riichi. It's not the best weight, only a middle weight of 4 of circles. And it can be easily improved, so...
The good news about this Riichi specifically, though, is that you are waiting for the Dora. Oh my god, are we about to see a con? Oh my god.
Yes, we are.
Oh my god, okay.
The Rinshan would have been crazy.
Con into Riichi is pretty powerful. That is aura farming. I don't know what's going to happen. I genuinely have no idea what's going to happen.
I thought we were going to see a con right there just because of the... and it would have been Ipats.
Oh, but we can't call Ron here because we didn't call
There's no
Riichi.
Yaku. And now Daimingkan has found upon 3 of the Dora characters. Now this is a guaranteed Mangan. Green Dragon Dora 3.
Oh my god, Favorable also... Favorable is also, oh my god, Favorable is also, oh my god, and this is like, how badly do you want to keep the DLC? I mean, this is a horrible position because 1 of circles feels okay here.
Okay, they decided they are.
My
Cubic
god!
does the smart thing and decides to fold, but it doesn't matter because Very Sweet Sumos the 6 anyway. This will be Riichi.
The single tile weight.
Dora.
Doesn't
they miss both Dora? Oh man,
this is the true
but still
injustice.
an awesome hit. Yeah. Okay, I mean they're back into this game. They're definitely back into this game. They have another dealer seat coming up in South 1 as well, so they are not out of it. Oh my goodness, that was 3 players were in Tenpai that round, and then Cubic managed just to not deal in the entire time. A little bit of like an oopsie or just like a feels bad moment that had they called Riichi waiting for the Dora, it would have come out actually. But I also don't hate what they did. We gotta talk about this hand though.
Oh my god, this Daimingkan's hand, incredible. The Anko of Wests, their wind. At High Pie, Dora 4 in hand, incredible hand also.
Just
2
so
Shanten.
good.
I would even wager that if they don't draw another 5 of characters, I would wager they just discard the Aka and just go for the Riichi West Dora 3.
Yes. I mean, you also can you have the wow. They just get into Tenpai right now. I wonder if they're gonna slam it. They have to sacrifice a red 5 in order to do so. But it's a perfectly fine double-sided weight for the 6 and the 9. Yeah. I mean, that's not bad. Holy moly.
Yeah, you absolutely need to slam this. It's so early. It's turn 4. What are people going to do to defend against you? Absolutely nothing.
That's true. That's absolutely true. And getting to wait on that terminal tile feels like a luxury, right? Like just a 9 of circles could shake loose from someone's hand just simply because of that fact. 1s and 9s are typically safer. Ooh, okay.
Especially Fairy Sweet's hand. Oh, but it could be from
Yeah.
Cubic as well. This is
Yeah.
so scary.
It's very, very, very
Because
spicy.
Cubic
Right now. Usually
can't
with an
really
early.
use it. Okay,
Yeah,
decides
I mean,
to keep it with a pair.
this hand isn't terrible. Like favorable could definitely call it chasing Riichi. I think they're more comfortable to do that if they draw into a 7 of circles and then then finish their hand somehow. Not terrible. Could also see it just a huge fold with the white dragons as well. It really depends on their draws right now.
Absolutely. I am curious. Like,
Yeah.
will Fairy Sweet ever discard that West? He doesn't know it's safe.
Yes. Yes. I was thinking earlier, like, oh, if that West comes out, then like, will we see the con of Seatwind for Dora? But yeah, now they don't have to worry about that. Fortunately or unfortunately, that's impossible to have happen. This closed wait for the 7 of circles getting more and more awkward as time passes. So not a. Ooh, ah!
And it's going to be Cubic taking another silent win, defeating the turn 4 early 2-sided weight Riichi with
That's wild.
a very humble Pinfu.
Yes, Pinfu only. I mean, like, I like that just because you don't give anybody else a reason to play safe, and if you're trying to protect your lead, you don't need to win by a lot. Just win by a little. It is a huge morale crusher. Like, imagine being Diamond Con having Seatwind 3 Dora Riichi and just not being able to convert. Oh, that feels bad right there.
That is a feels bad. But now we have another Wind Dora with the South Wind. 1 in Cubic's hand, but 3 in the wall. So I wonder who will be the first to draw the next Dora.
I don't expect the con right now. The rest of the hand looks really weak, and you could use that 5 for like another random shape. Fairy Sweet's hand is interesting. Like, I mean, we talked about Shitoi before. You need to stay in the dealer's seat. You want to call Riichi. Hey, Shitoi is even a way to use 1 or 2 copies of the Dora. So Shitoi here is not the worst way that this hand could end.
Absolutely.
Oh, but deciding to go for maybe like a 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku instead, just feeling like that might be a little bit more, I don't know, likely or possible.
I think that is still possible. He needs to find another pair, probably in the 4 and 6 of characters.
Yeah.
Oh, well, and there it is. There's the pair. Commentator's
There's the
cursor
pair.
blessing.
Commentator's blessing. I mean, no, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
I am curious if Hirokyu's gonna con anytime soon. If they're gonna con when they draw like a connector to the 4-so, or if they draw a 6-9. Because pawning that red dragon means they either have to con or they have to get rid of the 5. Unless they happen to draw a 4, or 6.
Yes, hopefully they draw. Like if I'm them, I'm hoping to draw into a connecting shape somehow. But yeah, it might be a weird situation. You don't want to con while you're in first and then give someone else a way back into this game if you don't necessarily have to. I was surprised that Fairy Sweet cutting the pair of the 9 of characters. I thought this was a Sanshoku only hand in trying to go fast, but it's Sanshoku Tanyao as well. Look, a 2 on hand like that isn't necessarily going to like change the world, but it is nice when you're in last place, or excuse me, when you need to just win by huge margins to try to stay in the dealer's seat.
Exactly, and he is in his last turn as dealer, so this is like his time to make up all the points that he can.
It's
he
either
could
this or
have the
getting a
option
Yakuza.
right now to guarantee that 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku by cutting that 6. Oh no, it's already guaranteed. What am I talking about? Ichigo's
Already
back.
guaranteed.
Already
Or we-
guaranteed.
Yeah. Just like choosing to wait for the 5 of bamboo instead of the 3 of bamboo. I mean, the 3 of bamboo is once discarded, and there's always the chance that you could draw into the red 5 of bamboo. What do you think about this wait?
I'm almost certain that this is the red 5 gameplay.
Yes.
There is no way. Because he's looking for value, right? And so like even discarding the 5-so, like maybe Fairy Sweet is in the Sanzo cult. We don't know. But
Yes,
we
have no
are
idea.
fairly certain that he was hoping for the red 5.
All right. I mean, you take this. You absolutely take this. Just try to stay in the dealer seat. trying to get some banger value in the next one. But yeah, just again, there's a lot of inherent value in just staying as the dealer and inching ever closer. I mean, look, 10,000 points is a dealer Mongons away, so not even that unthinkable.
And again, if he knocks Cubic down to 4th place by getting any direct hit on him, like a direct dealer Mangon, direct dealer Hanemon would do it. He would actually have a really good chance to get into maybe 2nd.
Yeah.
It would be really hard to meet the conditions to get to 1st at this point, but I think 2nd is very doable.
I think, you know, if you're Cubic too, like I think this is the advantage of being like a more seasoned tournament player. If you know exactly who you explicitly cannot deal into, like that also changes like the tiles that you keep, what's more safe on the table versus what's a little bit more dangerous right now. So yeah, very spicy. Still could a lot could still happen. Drawing into the 1 door is fine. Like we don't have anything that necessarily connects to the 4 of characters right now, but it's a very versatile tile. So not surprised if this somehow ends up staying in our hand for the rest of the round.
Absolutely. And here we have Cubic calling that south tile has 3 Dora in his hand. And honestly, his whole objective right now is just to maintain this 1st place position and just get people off of their dealer seat. Whereas Fairy Sweet's objective is obviously quite the opposite. Stay in this dealer seat for as long as possible. And this could be a tactic in that, actually. So sometimes when you're dealer and you don't have the best hand, but you have a very easy callable Yaku, just to start calling, because the more calls you have, the more likely people think you're going to be Tenpai.
Yes, I mean, like, no one knows that the rest of our hand is secretly trash right now, which is extremely funny. But Cubic might not care. I mean, they have a really strong hand. It's a little awkward if they draw into a 2 or a 5 of characters, and it necessitates them cutting the Dora. And if Fairy Sweet can get into Tenpai, wow! Before just, I mean, get a pair somehow. Like, I mean, this is pretty spicy now.
This is really spicy. This is Green Dragon, Dora 2. 58? I mean, oh my god.
The Chi comes out, but that means the Dora comes out. What?
Deciding not to cut the 7, thinking that people might think he has a 7-8-9 or 7-8 shape, and says, I'm gonna cut the 9 to make it look like a floating tile was cut.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's all mind games when you have a donkey weight like this single tile weight on the 7 of characters. We know that there's only 1 left. And there's the Riichi.
Oh my gosh. And then the Riichi from Favorable at 0 tiles in the wall, but it won't matter anyway because Cubic sumos with
just too strong.
Just South Dora red tile. Oh my god.
I mean, they were in a pretty like tight predicament for a while, right? Like cutting the Dora and then giving the dealer Green Dragon 3 Dora is not a great position, and so they're just kissing the ground right now. Really happy to make it out of that round relatively unscathed as far as things go. And
you know what? It's working out because we are now in South 2. Cubic's at 44,000 points. 2nd place is Daiminkan at 31,000. And Favorable here not able to get out of this 4th place position, and if he wants to overtake 1st place from Cubic, he needs to be above him in point total. Like he must be above him in placement.
This round might go pretty fast as well. I mean, it's not like Cubic has the best hand possible, but they do have a pair of the Green Dragons, and that feels better than a lot of these other hands. I mean, Fairy Sweet also has a pair of the Southwinds, so that could also finish very, very quickly. Daiminkan's position right now, I'm not in love with this. Like there are the vague shadows of some shapes in your hand, but none of your shapes you're like super happy with. Drawing into that's not bad though. Okay. Cubic now cutting the 5 of bamboo 1 tile away. Super happy to pawn just to win with a cheap hand. Again, like if you're in the lead right now, all you want to do is just prevent another dealer seat from happening. So it's not like you have any pressure to go for huge amounts of value right now.
Yeah, Daiminkan right now just not having like the best draw luck. He keeps drawing something somewhat adjacent to his tiles, but nothing to like fill a shape or really improve a shape. Getting a lot of these like 1-1-2s, 1-2-2s, having that that 5-5-7-9, like all of these shapes are really quite awkward.
Yeah.
But again,
maybe trying to
as
take a
the
page out of.
dealer- Go ahead.
Oh no, please go ahead.
I had nothing important to say.
Oh no, maybe just trying to take a page out of Riichi Book 1's like lessons and think like, oh, if we have a closed hand, 2 pairs is a little bit better. We could have had a Chitoi hand here, but yeah, I don't hate what they were doing with the 5 of characters. Just trying to go for, still being able to accept that 6 and the 8 of characters to the best of their ability, and keeping some of their weaker shapes like the 1-2-2s or the 1-1-2, like because those shapes are the ones that need the help the most. This is
This is the Ron from Cubic, just the green dragon, no other value, but doing what he needs to do, which is just end the game as fast as possible. I also just want to point out, like, Dai Minkan's discards, that last hand, was just so unfortunate. Just because he Tadashi, which means he discard from hand every single time. So there was not a single backfire discard. He was just not drawing very well, which is just so unfortunate.
No, it's super tragic. I mean, Cubic, this hand, very interesting. Do you, if you're in this position and 3 of circles comes out, do you press Chi?
Cubic.
Like just to go for the pure
I
straight,
know,
because they cut the 6 of characters immediately.
I think I do it, and I cut 1-2. I'm gonna actually go for the half flush here. If I'm gonna call the 3 of circles, I'm essentially just committing to the half flush at this point.
Wow. Okay, that's really interesting because like I think like settling. This is this is how you know I'm not that bold. Like, I feel like settling for pure straight only is also interesting, but you're in a weird spot. Like as the dealer, you're kind of okay if the game just like keeps going and you lose the dealer seat. Sure, it's great to win or whatever, but like just being able to keep the game moving and to protect your lead as much as possible, like that's not that bad.
Absolutely. And I think who actually has a harder decision to make right now is Very Sweet, and whether he wants to like what he wants to do essentially with this White Dragon Dora 2 hand. It's not guaranteed Dora 2 as he doesn't have the 8 or 6 of characters yet, but it's very likely it'll be at least Dora 2. And his condition, again, he is currently in 3rd place. He needs to directly be above Dai Minkan, right? And he needs to be above Dai Minkan by 16,000 points to overtake 3rd place.
Right. Yeah, so maybe saving up for the Riichi is a lot stronger here, just because you need that big point difference. And now I think we're seeing some weird stuff by Cubic. Like we're keeping the green dragon and the red dragon for an inordinate amount of time. But I don't think that's like bad. Just cutting the 3 of circles. I love this because I was literally just about to say all you want to do is protect your lead. Who cares who wins or not? I love how ice cold this is. I'm going to keep my safe tiles. Everyone else can play make-believe and try to get into Tempai if they want, but I know I will not be dealing in for this round.
That is absolutely incredible play, and one I would never have considered, because I'd be like, I have the 2 safe tiles. I don't need to play any more safely than this.
Yes. Yeah, I was freaked out because they cut the 4 of circles instead of the 1 of circles. But yeah, of course you want to keep that 1 of circles as a safer tile in the late game.
Exactly. And again, they're probably going to aim to be not Tempai at the end of this, because there's no benefit for him to stay dealer. Because if he stays dealer for 1 more turn, what if, I don't know, favorable or, well, especially favorable, then gets a huge hand on his 2nd dealer turn, and then Kaburis him, or he has to pay the dealer double payment. That would be worst case scenario for Cubic. So he really is hoping that favorable is just kind of lying low, and he's trying to get out of here.
No, definitely. Like, look, you might have to pay, what, 3,000 points worst case scenario to get out of this dealer seat. That's kind of okay. Now, this is the spicy thing. Dai Minkan with a 4 tile weight. Like, that's, number 1, wild. Number 2, there's no defense against Sumo. Like, sure, we've kept all of our safe tiles, and now is the time to use them. But there is no, if they Sumo, you're still on the hook for the dealer penalty.
Absolutely. And I was gonna say, with how big of a weight this is, that could have been Ipad. Yeah. This is Ipad. This would be Riichi at least Dora 3, Tanya, like Oh, there's one of the Teelan tiles. Oh, but there's another, and there exactly is what you said, Yusong. There is no protection against Sumo, and this will be the dealer, at least. Haneman payment.
Well, oh my god.
He
Just for
didn't-
waking up in the morning.
This is
Wow.
crazy. And now we have Dai Minkan has overtaken Cubic for first place. This is
And they might just be-
huge.
They might just be able to put the final nails in the coffin. They already have a pair of the green dragons as well. I mean, if you're Cubic, you only need like a 3-ish, 4-ish Han hand to overtake them. So you're not necessarily out of the game yet.
No,
Favorable needs to make some miracles happen in the dealer seat though. We gotta repeat this dealer seat as many times as possible.
But actually, it's a pretty good hand right now. Like, it's not an incredible hand, but this is an easily upgradable hand, and you have a lot of middle tiles, a lot of good shapes, and God Vision is now telling us that no one else has better shapes than you. So
Yes, exactly.
oh, and
I mean, this
pairs
is a
up
little-
the Dora. This is incredible.
It's starting to feel a little bit more valuable. Giving the green dragon triplet, that's fine. We were never going to get a triplet of that anyway. What do you think of Cubic's decision to go for the pawn on the south end? Because then you're kind of just accepting a one Han hand, but maybe that's all you need right now. Like
It
you're
doesn't
okay
matter.
with second.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Second place in this placement with these current point situations will keep Cubic in first place, even if he takes a second place right now. Because right now, if Dai Minkan maintains his first place, he will end up in second place above favorable, but that doesn't affect Cubic. So
Yes.
right now it's the battle between Dai Minkan and favorable.
Yes. Favorable drawing into some interesting, making some interesting decisions. Deciding to cut that 7 of bamboo instead of the 9 of bamboo. I'm not sure if that's just trying to keep a safe tile for later. I'm not sure. Yeah, the backfire immediately drawing into the 6 of bamboo. A little bit weird there. But still a lot of value to be had in this hand. Not a bad hand by any means.
No.
Cubic though, just one tile away from getting into Tenpai and just being able to end this game happily, taking second place.
And maybe happily getting to sleep after an all-nighter of Mahjong.
That's true. They must be exhausted. They hit Tenpai, waiting for the 3 and the 6 of characters. For favorable, it's not out yet. Like we're still 2 tiles away from Tenpai. It's not looking terrible, and it doesn't seem like we have to discard any of our dangerous tiles. Diamond Con, that's 6 of characters. Not necessarily the safest. Or not necessarily a tile that's guaranteed to be in their final hand. So that could be a tile that comes out. Oh, I was a liar. We were 1 tile away. I was actually just a liar.
That was potential Riichi, and they decided I'm not taking this one. And that
Wow!
will be Cubic for the snipe off of Fairy Sweet. Just 1,000 points, but that does end up guaranteeing that Cubic will be the winner of the first international or intercollegiate Riichi Mahjong Open, and
Huge
it
congrats.
also means that the universe. I want to get this correct. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, me
That
too.
also
I was
means
literally looking the same thing.
that the Singapore Management University will have their icon as the Discord server icon for the Intercollegiate Riichi Mahjong Discord server for the entire year.
That is some
So-
protagonist level ability right there. If you're willing to stay up until like 2 a.m. You just pulled an all-nighter to play Mahjong and you made good decisions at like 4 a.m. That is like a physically and mentally like amazing feat that you just pulled off. That is genuinely so impressive. Seriously, congrats to Cubic for taking this, but also to everyone who participated.
Again, congratulations to all 215 college students. And again, to enter this tournament, you have to be a registered university student. So to have this much participation from the university scene is incredibly, good for the Riichi Mahjong scene internationally as well. 79 universities, I believe at least 5 countries. I know that list wasn't final when we got it, so there could be even more than that. But yeah, you guys are the ones who signed up. You advertised the international intercollegiate Mahjong team has worked very hard for this, and it has culminated in such a wonderful tournament. And thank
And then we
you
just got
again.
to plug up at the huge hands. So that's, yeah. I'm sorry, I was interrupting for a very silly thing.
No, absolutely not. I was just going to say thank you so much to all the viewers and to Yostar for letting us host this on Mahjong Soul.
Yeah, thanks so much for Yostar for asking us to do this. I mean, I had such a great time. I also think that, like, huge shout out to all the tournament organizers. Like, I can't imagine the the stress and just like management, like all the organization that you have to do. And again, yeah, it's amazing at the diversity of universities and just like countries where those universities came from. And that's just, I don't know, that genuinely warms my heart. I hope that the college scene can only increase from here, because more friendly competition and more players in general, of course, is good for all of us as Riichi Mahjong players. Ichigo, I mean, oh no, please.
Sorry, I want to say a couple more things if you all will have me. I wanted to also shout out all of the universities that had 4 or more players competing in this tournament, really growing their Riichi Mahjong scene. So of course we have the top 2 team tournament winners, University of Waterloo and UT Dallas. We also have Rochester Institute of Technology, the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, University of Toronto, University of Western Ontario, Virginia Tech, MIT, University of Chicago, UT Austin, and then UNC Chapel Hill in North Carolina. So thank you all for fostering your Riichi Mahjong communities at your university level.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That means that probably, I mean, if they have 4 or more players, then you also get to play in real life, which is also really, really cool. So like, to good luck to all those students if you're doing like a club there, and with the organization and getting new members and continuing to, you know, hopefully just have fun, but being able to play the game at like either at a fun, casual, or competitive level, whichever that your heart desires or the people around you desire. So yeah, thank you for saying that. It's really cool to hear that a lot of universities had like not only was the breadth like pretty wide, but the depth is also pretty strong on a lot of schools.
Would you want to repeat exactly what everyone is going to win? Like what each player is going to get?
Yeah, absolutely. So in 4th place, you're gonna get a $50 US dollar Amazon gift card. You're gonna get Mahjong Soul I was gonna say maintenance. No, absolutely not. We're gonna get Mahjong Soul maintenance tomorrow because we got that awesome Gintama collab coming up. They're gonna get some Mahjong Soul merchandise shipped to them. 3rd place is gonna get a $75 gift card as well as the merchandise as well. 2nd place, $100 US dollars along with the merchandise. And again, 1st place, huge congrats to Cuber Cubic. That's a $200 gift card as well as some Mahjong Soul merchandise and a seated seat to the next Ryosen USA qualifier. So I don't know if they're gonna travel for that, but if they do participate in that tournament, good luck. We'll be rooting for you. You played great today. There was some awesome plays, and your school has the swag of being featured on the Intercollegiate Mahjong Discord for over a year. That's bragging rights. I don't care. That's awesome. I hope you get to gloat about it to everyone in your local Riichi Mahjong scene or on your online Mahjong scene, whichever you're more active in.
Did you have a favorite hand or like favorite moment of the games today?
I'm a sucker for under the sea hands. Like winning on the last tile is some real, like, I don't know. I know I'm not in an anime, but that makes me feel like I'm in an anime. How about you?
Absolutely. I actually think the full flush pure straight hand was what blew my mind.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I really great plays. And I want to congratulate again, one more time, you can hear me out again, that I think everyone did such a fantastic job making it this far. And I know we only got to commentate and watch on stream the last 2 final games. It would have been wonderful if we could have also seen the semifinals. But honestly, like, congratulations. Again, making it to the top 4 out of 215 is a incredible achievement.
Yeah, and I know they weren't playing for our sake, but a really entertaining 2 Hanchons as well. We got to see some ice cold veins. We got to see some explosive, I mean, heartbreaking, but also awesome hands, depending on whose POV you're following in that first Hanchon. So yeah, huge congrats. I also wanted to say, Ichigo, where can people find you? Like just to my audience, where can people find you?
I appreciate the shout out. You can find me at twitch.tv /Shiro _Ichigo. Also on YouTube and Twitch with the same username. So I really hope to see you all there. And everyone knows Yusong, but please shout out your socials, please.
You can find me almost anywhere at YU_SONG. We do daily Riichi Mahjong Let's Play videos in Mahjong Seoul. I'm super excited to check out the collab and all the things that are they're gonna happen with the Kintama stuff that's coming into Mahjong Seoul. Thank you so much to Yostar for having us again, for all the tournament organizers. Had an absolute blast. And with that's kind of everything that I got. Ichigo, you got anything else to say before we call it a day?
No, I think that's great. Thank you to everyone who tuned in, everyone who rated, followed during the stream. I'm sorry I didn't have notifications on. But yeah, I will see you all at the next Tile Tuesday. And that will be Yusong and Ichigo signing off for the day. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon. Have a lovely night. I'm gonna say goodbye to my own stream individually after this, so please don't think it weird if you see me yapping for a little bit after, okay?
Sounds good. All right. Have a good
All
one,
right,
everyone.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
All right, I have muted Yusong. We are going to end right here. I know the camera's going to be super weird, so I'm just gonna say thank you all so much for being here, and I will see you all later. All right, bye!
Thank you.